What's going on, guys? It's Colin here for NextGenTactics, and today I'm bringing you a special and unique game of Conquest on Arica Harbor. It's special because I'm actually playing with Jinto, aka Daniel Metros, who's the community manager for DICE. It's unique because this is a public lobby we ran into and actually wound up having an extremely competitive and spirited game. So I wanted to post this video. It's certainly not my best performance. I was a little bit rusty. I made a lot of mistakes, but I did get a ton of kills. As a result, though, of it being a competitive match, it was a bit of a bloodbath at times, so I die a lot as well. And I just want to let you guys know that, I have a ton of fun playing this type of game, and if you want to see this sort of competitive gameplay where I get my ass handed to me occasionally and take a lot of deaths versus the type of gameplay where we roll over an enemy team, let me know. I will try and get you more of these types of games, and right off the bat, there I got naded by a level 50 across the way who had sort of figured out the capping spot and threaded a grenade in there and took me out. And I knew at that point that there were a number of level 50s on the other team, and they probably knew what they were doing and that we were in for a rough game. And I was not wrong. So I don't know if we nemesised each other in this game or not. He probably nemesised me, but there it's a Curbinator or Curbinator. Anyway, he was the one who hit me with the nade. He hits me with a shotgun, and that guy was just a monster. So I think at the end of the game, I was tops on our team and second to the ace pin, but he blew me out by almost 2,000 points for ace pin. He was absolutely destroying us. So great game by him, and you'll basically see how this thing unfolds. So right now, I'm just trying to support my team in capping B. We did take it down there, but there's going to be a constant fight, and every time my squad steps off a point, it's pretty much gone within seconds. Right there, you can see they're capping it back right away. So I'm just going to linger around Bravo and just try and defend it and hold it and try and get a bit of a ticket lead and some momentum going, because as I said, like this was a crazy game. And sometimes good things happen. Occasionally I make some poor decisions, and I want to talk about my kit selection first. So that's probably one thing I could have done an awful lot better in this game, was kit selection overall. So I'm running the UMP, I'm running a red dot sight on it, and the reason I was doing this is because I'm trying to rank up my engineer weapons, get my platinum stars finished, and I'm running a red dot on this because I had taken about a week off from Battlefield, had played some Homefront, and I was having a hard time getting used to the sensitivity of Battlefield, and my accuracy was even worse than normal. So I put a red dot in the gun, and I would have been better served by an ammo upgrade spec as opposed to the red dot sight. Right here I actually pull up and pick a stupid gunfight. See, there's two guys looking at me. Even if I didn't mutual that guy, even if I happened to get the kill, I was still dead meat. So that was a bad move on my part. I should have just kept sprinting and tried to get to cover. But right here, actually, probably the highlight of the game for me. I pick up a couple of kills, and I'm just trying to clear the way and make sure that I have a path in to help the team cap Bravo. So I'm going to pick off a couple of enemies here and hide behind this dumpster. And I don't get anyone with the rocket, but I know that they're kind of looking in my direction. But when I reload and turn around, well, I kind of hit pay dirt, and you'll see this coming up in a second. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't like it when I foreshadow, I'm sorry. I was just pretty excited about this one. So make sure, if you're just listening, then watch, hey, because we have a triple spray with the UMP. I don't get those too often, so I had to be happy about that. So anyway, after those guys are cleaned up, we're just gonna go back in and try and hold down Bravo a bit more. I'm gonna try and get to some cover here, and as you can see, I'm almost out of ammo. So once again, I'm in a bad situation. And back to my kit selection, I would have been far better served either with the ammo upgrade, or in reality, it probably would have been better to run an assault rifle. Sort of a versatile assault rifle like the XM8 prototype, maybe the 416, and 40mm grenade. So I would have had the ability to take out cover from a distance, but I also would have had unlimited ammunition and a more powerful weapon at range. So anyway, that was kind of my bad, and I was a bit stubborn. And towards the end of the game, when things are tight, I should have also probably considered switching to the medic kit, which I do right here, but only because I'm running around looking for a kit because I have no ammo. And so I do pick up a medic kit, and I felt like I should have got this kill. That reticle was right on him for a bunch of rounds, and sometimes the ACOG frustrates me a little bit because the visual recoil makes you think that you're on target when in fact you're probably shooting between his legs and getting absolutely nothing. So I didn't get that kill, but luckily I get picked up, and I still have the medic kit in my hand, so I'm going to do a bit of work. So for those of you who want to see some medic gameplay, I haven't posted any recently. Actually, I don't remember the last time I posted a medic gameplay, but I'm going to do a bit of work with it here. And fortunately, I actually picked up my favorite LMG, which is the M249 Saw. I go Rambo revive one of my squad mates in the street. I'm just kidding. I figured it was kind of as clear as it ever got in this game anyway, because the opposition just kept coming. It was, again, really frantic. Right here, I'm going to try a cheeky revive through the wall, because I know that there's an enemy in the garage. I'm kind of hoping that if I pick up a teammate inside the garage, he's not going to be expecting that, and maybe you can get him in the back. But luckily, we were able to gun our way in there. Defib fail. And I'm going to have to go back and pick up this squad mate. But I do manage to get some kills with this kit and conserve some tickets. So, not a bad day, but I probably should have stuck with it just to make sure that, you know, we had a more sizable lead. Because this was a close game start to finish. And when you're in that situation, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to your ticket count and you're conserving tickets, which is something that I did kind of poorly in this game. Like, I didn't play the ticket count. And you know, we should have eventually just sort of said screw it and stop trying to run around, grab 2 flags and tried to hold them. You know, have a couple of guys back at Charlie and hold down Bravo as, you know, to the best of our ability, because we kept going to try and cap Alpha and they'd cap Charlie, and we played ring around the rosy quite a bit. And a few times, you know, we'd be all capped and they'd be all capped. So tactically, strategically, we did not play the best game, and you know, neither did they. And that's kind of what happens in a public lobby if you have one squad maybe that's strong on both teams that are communicating, or you know, maybe a couple of squads but they're not operating in sync. Then you can get that sort of situation where flags are dropping and getting capped, and there isn't a whole lot of consistency. But as a result, you know, it wound up being a nice game, lots of kills, lots of action. So I'm not complaining, but certainly there are things we could have done better. Now, I wasn't running with my normal squad of guys. As I said, I was running with Jinto and a few other folks that we had just hooked up with to play some games. So, you know, we were just trying to have a good time, and definitely accomplished that. Had a great time. Very chill bunch of guys to talk to and play with, so I hope we get the chance to do it again. And I did not take the opportunity to bend his ear about all the pressing things related to Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 and all that kind of stuff. We'll save that for another time, but I just wanted to relax, enjoy a few games. He's primarily a PC gamer, but, you know, it's great to see him coming over to play with some of the Xbox folks. Right here, I get into a crappy 2-on-1, and I probably picked the wrong guy to shoot at, but, you know, had I tried to switch targets, I probably would have died anyway, and that was just sort of the way it went a lot of times in this game. I get caught sprinting a few times when I shouldn't. I'll run into 2 enemies and occasionally manage to take 1 down before I die. That sort of thing was happening a lot, so you know, that's when you're playing against a good team, you're not going to go 50-1. That's just the way it is in Battlefield. So I wasn't disappointed with this gameplay at all. But you know, obviously, when you're posting a video on YouTube, you never know how it's going to go over. And I'm readily admitting that I'm making mistakes in this game. I'm not doing everything right, but I'm not doing everything wrong either. So I welcome subtle suggestions, but you know, if you're just going to tell me I suck, then that doesn't help me, and I'm just going to continue to suck. Right here, I tried to actually jump down and flank the guy who I knew was rushing me, but unfortunately turned that corner and see a whole squad running at me, and I wasn't able to even take down one of them, so that sucks. Now, right here, I get picked up, I get revived, and that's cool because it's a tight game, but unfortunately, I had almost no ammo left, and right here, I'm going to turn around the corner and unload half of what I have left into this dead medic, which is a really bad move. So now, I'm left with 6 bullets. Now, I'm fortunate to get 1 kill, but now I'm just going to sort of frig around and try and blast my way out of here with a rocket launcher and maybe get over there to one of those kits, and unfortunately, the guy I just killed had time to spawn in, and he stabbed me in the back, so well played on his part. I deserved it. I sat there for too long, and you know, when you're playing against good players, if you kill them from a spot, you had better move. And I guess that's the lesson to be learned there. So we get pushed back. I got to spawn in on the Charlie spawn, and we're just trying to clear out this red brick before moving on, because if I sprinted to cover there, I'm dead meat. So I took my time, and eventually my teammates cleared out the building of the enemies that I wasn't able to finish off, and we're able to move on and head back around Bravo. Once again, I'm low on ammo, so I'm going to shoot this guy, and I'm going to take his assault kit. So I didn't want to spend the time to drop an ammo kit for myself and resupply and all that. Occasionally, it's best to just grab the kit and move on if you're hurting for ammo. So that's what I did there. And I do like this setup, although I'm really not used to using the ACOG scope on an assault rifle as of late. But I managed to get 1 kill, but I didn't check my levels, and I get shot from the roof of South Red Brick. So that sucks. Again, though, they had the angles covered, so it was really tough to move, and a tough fight all the time for Bravo. Right here, I'm actually able to get the B spawn before the enemies totally take down the base, and I think that, you know, I'm able to clean these 2 guys up around the balcony and cap the base back myself. So, you know, once again, we're going to get it, and eventually I'll probably get shot, and they'll take it back. So back and forth we go, right? So it's at this point in the game, I think we're like at a 30 or 40 ticket lead. I can't really see in the preview screen here, but right here I do actually do a decent job of changing targets mid-fire. But I should have been paying attention to the ticket count, and I wasn't. I was totally focused on, you know, just the game and getting kills, staying alive. Right here I'm going to get blown away. And, you know, as a result, our lead is going to dwindle. So I don't want to spoil the outcome, but this thing's going to fall apart for us in a hurry. And this is kind of why it's always a good idea in a game like this to just take a couple of pot shots if you have the ability, because people are running around damaged so much. So right here I'm actually going to return the favor for that epic grenade at the first of the game, and I'm actually going to get Curbinator with my own grenade. So a little bit of payback there, but he gets the last laugh in the end. Yes, I know, I'm spoiling the outcome of the game. This one is going to fall apart. And right there, once I tossed that grenade and he died, I should have moved. Again, because he is likely communicating with people on his squad. And right here, I'm just going to salvage a mutual. But, you know, gotta move, because chances are, as soon as he gets dropped, he knows exactly where I am. He's calling that out to his teammates. So that was my demise. Now, right here, I'm going to try and sneak around the back door to A. And they're spawning at the double construction building, so I'm going to get shot again. Yet again. So many deaths, I know. But, you know, hopefully, again, as I said before, this type of game is really intense. It's a lot of fun to play, and I find that this sort of gameplay more entertaining. If you want, I can post up rush games where, you know, I get like a 10 KD, and it's really not that much of a contest. But, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what type of games you like to see. These sort of games, like right here, I pick an actual bad spawn. I know it's a bad spawn. I know my teammate's in trouble. But what I'm trying to do is just to hope that I can get in there, and there I get 2 kills, 3 kills, and the medic actually managed to Rambo revive his teammate, who then sprays me down. So, I mean, I had just shot him, and he gets picked up and shoots me. Right here's another crazy spawn that I picked, and I get 2, and I get dropped, and there the bell's ringing. So the game's almost over, and I'm still running the friggin' engineer kit. So right here, look at the ticket count, and watch our ticket count start to plummet. So we are dual capped, and we really, really need to at least cap a third flag, or cap a second flag. And if you look at the mini-map right now, they're collapsed on Bravo. So it's really important we go around and try and take Alpha, hold A and C, and see if we can't salvage this victory. And my spawning in right here with the engineer kit, that was a huge fail. Should have been medic right now, because, you know, the game's on the line, and I'm going to try and go solo cap Alpha. I'm going to get a medic. I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to get like 2 or 3 kills here. Maybe 4. No, just 3. And boom. I'm going to get dropped, and then they're going to go pick up everyone that I just dropped. I didn't get the flag cap, and all the tickets that I just ran them down, they just picked them all back up. So I spawn in medic just as we lose. Bad awareness failure on my part. Great game on the other team's part, so my hat's off to them. I really want to thank Daniel for coming out and playing on the Xbox. I want to thank the guys on my squad, and also, you know, the folks that joined in on the other team. That was a great game, had a lot of fun playing it, and I hope we get to do it again soon. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Cheers. We'll talk soon.
Hey guys, we now have our own website. Actually, we've always had our own website, but why not follow us on there? There you'll find all our videos conveniently sorted into playlists by game, as well as videos from many other directors that are part of our NGT network.